Morning. Want this?
She's making herself go to bed.
Oh, nice. Back to bed.
Yeah.
It's a crisp Saturday morning here in Rutland. The boys in orange wide awake early here for game 2. Coming off a bit of a loss there yesterday, hoping they can change the results against this Kamloops team, who have yet to make an appearance on the ice here yet. Game slated for 6:15. Looks like they're making their way to the ice now here. Some tough refereeing yesterday, which resulted in a couple bad calls for sure, which didn't help the boys yesterday. Hopefully things turn around for them today here and they can come out, carry some pots. Just a minute left here in the warm-up clock. We'll get things going against this opponent this morning, Kamloops Junior Blazers. I actually grew up in Kamloops, watching a little bit of the WHL there, the Kamloops Blazers. I watched a few players head off to the NHL. Darcy Tucker, Jerome McGinley. Who else do we have there? Mark Recchi, Daryl Sador, Scotty Niedermeyer. And the coaches getting their final talking to here to their teams. Both teams coming off of losses here. I think as of yesterday, Kelowna won, beat Kamloops by numbers. I think it was about 8-1. And if it's the same team we played in a few weeks ago there, we did okay against them. But it's all a matter of who's going to show up here today. Hopefully the boys in orange can show up and be fierce. And we got our starting lineup here on the blue line, Morrow and Lee. And up front, we got Borden, centered by Halifax. And Beauchamp on the far side here. We're going to get puck drop drawn back into the Blazer territory, but Borden's going to step on it. Drives to the side, gets a quick shot off. That's clubbed into the corner. Borden picks it up, puts it out. Oh, he tries to put it out front, but he's poked off. Oh, that's Halifax in the corner. Now the puck comes back to the blue line there. Lee going to try to scramble for it, holds it in, chips it in over to Beauchamp. Beauchamp stepping to the side there, gets poked off the puck. Now it's thrown back to Beauchamp, back to Halifax. Blazers scoop it up. Now Beauchamp again, trying to cut into the middle with it. And he's shut down. Halifax has it, trying to play it in. And the Blazers will get rid of it into the neutral zone. That's going to go fairly deep down here all the way. And they're going to call it icy. Quick shot off the draw by Gollyman there, and it just got scooped up by the keeper. Pushed up against the half wall. Martin keeps the play alive. Gollyman comes off the wall with some speed. Drives into the center. Quick shot. That's clubbed to the side as well. Blazers get on it. Played up the wall. Robinson holds it. Trying to force it in there. Held off by Gollyman, and he shoves it into the corner. Gathered up by Porcelato around the back of the net. Plays it up off the wall to himself. Barrick steps up, pinches the play in. He's going to drive it to the far side. Gollyman's going to scoop it up there. Looking for some options. Nice pull through. Trying to cut in. Robinson's going to come up, step up, pick up the puck, try to keep it alive. Gollyman picks it up now. Trying to get another shot off, but it was a weak one. And the keeper will freeze the play. And lots of buzzing here down in Blazers territory here in the first couple minutes of period one. I can feel a goal coming on here as the junior Smokies are looking hungry. Drawn back. Jenner's going to scoop it in. Lorada hits the Jets. Curls around the corner. He's poked off the puck. Changes directions. He's pressed up against the wall, and puck's buried underneath him now. Digging away is Kissick. Hart's going to grab the puck now. Overskates it. He's going to play it back off the wall to Kinnear. Kinnear steps up. Tries to play the puck in, but it's blocked, but not out of the zone. Case Hart picks it up, plays it on the backhand. Lorada hits the Jets. Tries to pick up the puck, and he's muscled down, and he'll draw a penalty low here early. And Trail will go on the penalty play, power play. Three minutes on the clock here for the boys to sort out the first power play of the game. Lorada trying to get a jump on it. Puck's in the corner. Picked up by Lorada. He's trying to force it on net. Blazers scoop it up and get rid of it. And that's going to play all the way into the neutral zone and down deep for Kinnear to chase down. Kinnear with the puck. Plays it up off the wall. Finds Lorada. Puts it rink side to Kissick. Kissick driving down. And my camera is acting weird. Right. Jenner plays it over to the far side. Lorada all alone. He's got space and time. Lorada fires it off the boards around the back of the net for Case Hart. Trying to play it out front to Kissick, who's lurking. And the Blazers gather it up. And they're going to make their way out with it. Here's Lorada, chases him down into the neutral zone. He steals that puck, heads back the other way. Here comes Massimo Lorada. Tries to play it out to Case Hart, just couldn't get the leverage on that pass. Now it comes all the way back. Quick shot by Halifax, but he fans it. Now Tad Lee will pick it up, and he'll flick that in deep. And the Blazers dump the puck deep. Nick Borden gathers it up around the back of the net. Plays it to Beauchamp on the wall. Scoops it off the wall. Beauchamp trying to muscle his way through. He's held up. Picked up by Halifax. Borden in there lending a hand. Now the puck comes loose for Beauchamp. He's going to try to win that foot race. And unable to scoop that puck up. Now it comes free to neutral zone here as Tad Lee's all alone. Lee on the backhand tries to scoop it up over. Beauchamp's dropped. No call. Now it's picked all the way back here for Halifax. Plays it deep into the corner. Beauchamp finds his feet. He's got the puck on the backhand. Nice little pass out front. Couldn't get the shot off. Halifax. Lee. Oh, nice little shot there again. Is scooped up by the keeper. That was Nick Borden. And the keeper is looking fairly steady Eddie here. .42 seconds on the clock here in that power play. Picked up by Robinson. Rifles it on net. That trickles wide. Off the wall. Beauchamp tries to win that battle. Comes all the way back for Halifax, who flickers that in on net. And it rolls into the keeper comfortably. We're running on the last 15 seconds of the power play here as Martin has a look at the clock. Trying to win that draw over the far side for Portulato. Ends up winning, putting over back here for Robinson, who keeps it in the zone. And the Blazers draw it into the neutral zone for Barrick. Free puck. Drives across blue line, trying to cut into the center there as Robinson overskates the puck. Keeping it alive is Martin. Fires it on net. That's blocked by the defender. Blazers trying to make their way out with the puck. It's come back for Barrick. Barrick trying to find on the far side Martin. Pass doesn't connect. And the Blazers gather it up. And off the wall and out here to the neutral zone. Gulliman with a good back check. Blazers have it now. They cut in. Looking dangerous here. Another little cut here. Trying to get around the last man. And he does. Brinson might face his first shot. And he does. And holds it off. Picked up by Martin. And trying to scoop it up, but the Blazers are harassing him. Picked up in the corner there by Barrick. Plays it up off the wall for Gulliman. Another little scoop off the wall to Martin. It's a 2-on-1 back the other way. Martin with the puck. Sorry, he's got Portulato. Martin with a nice move. Cuts in, shot, scores. Puts it top right corner. And Trail will get on the board early here in the first 8 minutes of the game. And hopefully they can keep this going here. Gave up a 2-goal lead yesterday. So they need to keep the pressure going here. Kinnear steps up, plays it hard. And that's up off the wall for Lorata. Blazers gather it up, trying to head back the other way, and Jenner takes care of that. Now Lorata cutting in, looking like speed. And just poked off the puck last second. Play's still alive there as Jenner steps up. He's got a lane. Jenner shoots! Big save. There's a huge rebound. That's scooped up. And the Blazers get rid of it off the wall into the neutral zone for Kinnear, who plays it on the backhand to Kissick, who dumps it. It should be icing.
Are you?
I got another blanket in my truck. Off the draw, Halifax. Over to Beauchamp. Beauchamp cutting wide with it. Plays it off the wall. Tries to get around his man, but he's twice his size, so he couldn't push. Now Borden picks it up. Cuts in. Borden shoots. Big save. There's a rebound there, but he jumps on it. Nice sequence of play there by the boys in orange to keep the pressure going here halfway through the first period. 1-goal game. Blazers pick up possession off the draw, chipped off the wall, and fired back in by Morrow. Puck's played deep now and into the corner. Beauchamp wins the race. Keeps the puck alive. Borden trying to harass now. Comes up off the wall. Morrow's going to step up. Puck evades him, but Halifax scoops it up. Played to the far side into the corner. Now Beauchamp's going to have to try to get there. That's played up off the wall by the defender and out. But Lee harasses him at the blue line and steals the puck back. Plays it back in deep. Blazers gathered up around the back of the net, cycling around the far side. And the breakout pass is held up by Morrow and chipped free into the neutral zone as Martin lurks to pick it up, and he steps around his man across the blue line. Martin with a slap shot, and that's kicked aside by the keeper. And a good check there by Portulato. Nice forecheck there to try to keep the play alive, but the Blazers get gathered up and back on the attack, fired in wide of the net, around the back of the net. Portulato scoops it up off the wall. Barrick's going to lend a hand. Blazers hold him up, though. Now Portulato trying to step through with it, and he's going to come out with the puck. He's got Martin asking for it. Lorada asking for it. And looks like Portulato did draw a penalty there with a trip. And the boys in orange are going to go back on the PP. Off the draw. Flat bomb from Barrick. Big rebound! Gullyman tried to get it off there, but he couldn't. Wide open net, but the Blazers pick it up and evacuate. Now it's picked up by Robinson. Nice backhand pass, trying to find Portulato down low here. As the Blazers scoop it up, play it back in for Barrick. Barrick fans on that shootout, and Blazers going to attack here. Shot wide of the net. Scott into the corner now. Blazers trying to get organized here for an attack. Barrick loses his footing. Puck's underneath the pile-up. Digging away. Puck comes loose. Up for Portulato. Trying to get his Jets going. He's held off of the blue line. Picked up by Martin. He's pushed off the puck. Now the puck back down deep into trail territory as Gullyman cycles around the back of the net. Gullyman looking for a lane. He's held up. Barrick going to pick it up, play forward for Lorada. Lorada trying to find a pass for Hart. Couldn't connect. Gullyman tries to steal it. Blazers gathered up in the neutral zone, get back on the attack. And there's only one man there, and he's got no help. Played off to the far side for Robinson. Robinson having a look. Off to the far side for Hart. Player comes off the bench, steals that pass, but Hart scoops it back up now. Hart across the blue line. Cutting into the corner. Shot from a wide angle. And the Blazers gathered up and get it out of there as Kinnear comes off the bench, picks it up in the neutral zone, goes D to D with it to Jenner. Jenner steps around his man, cross blue line, just onside. Cutting wide with it is Jenner. Looking for a lane. Shot hit the side of the post, and that's going to be gathered up. No, there's a free puck as Jenner still on the attack. Nice pass. Lorada gets a shot off, and a big save by the keeper. And 1 minute remaining in this PP here. The boys trying to find a second marker as we get into the late stages of period one. Drawn back to the Blazers. They gather it up. Skating it out. Driving wide with it, looking dangerous. Picked off, though, last moment there by Jenner. Puck now comes out to the slot. Picked up by Kinnear. Plays it to the far side. Case Hart can't get there in time. But he steals that pass attempt. And it's back the other way. Blazers on the counterattack. Cutting into the neutral zone. Picked up by Kissick. Kissick plays it far side to Lorada. Lorada tried to step around his man. Overskates the puck. Now it comes back to Lorada, who scoops it up to Kissick, waiting on the blue line. And he'll decide to try to get that puck deep, but he's muscled off the puck. Now free puck comes back in the neutral zone for Tad Lee with only 3 seconds remaining in the power play. And Lee's going to go for a skate. Cuts in. Lee shoots. Big save. And it rolls up to the keeper. And he'll jump on it and freeze the play. And we're back to even strength here with 5:30 remaining in the first period. Halifax wins the draw cleanly. To the far side for Borden. Borden muscles the puck into the slot, but that's scooped up by the defender. Back to Morrow. Morrow plays it down, not deep enough though. Back to Morrow and steps across the blue line out of the zone. Blazers gather it up back in their territory. Looking for the breakout. Pass won't connect. That's deep for icing. Back to Lee. Tees it up. Shot just about beats the keeper. He gets a toe on it. And scrambled out by the Blazers. Lee now plays it to Martin. Martin cycling through. He cuts away. He's only got one to beat. He's got Porchelato on the far side lurking. Martin, oh, nice pass. He looked like he was going to shoot it. Porchelato wasn't set up. Lee keeps it alive. Plays it to Martin, who cuts into the slot. Gets around his man. Martin's alone. Nice little flick, and he scores. Trail up by 2. Blazers get it off the draw. Shot comes in. Brinson tries to get a piece of it, but it was wide of the net. Lorata scooping it up to Kissick. Kissick skating it out. He's met with some company at the red line. Lorata gathered up, played far side there. Case Hart trying to accept that pass, but it was a little awkward for him. And the Blazers gathered up, trying to get on the attack. Puck around the back of the net for Lorata. Picked up by Robinson. Robinson wants to go for a skate. There he goes, Luke Robinson driving down the boards with it. And he's just plucked off the puck here as it gets it deep though. And that rails off to the far side all the way for Barrick, who's waiting for it. Played off to Case Hart. Blazers get to it first. Play it back up off the half wall. Barrick decides to play the body instead of the puck and gets away with one there. And the puck goes deep for Barrick to gather up. And they call icing. .150 on the clock here for period 1. Beauchamp, Borden, and Halifax out on the front line there with Jenner Kinnear lurking here on the blue line. Drawn back for Halifax, plays it into the middle. Borden tries to step up. Puck going to come back now off the half wall here for the Blazers. And they'll get rid of it. And down deep, Kinnear. And Halifax, puck comes out front for Beauchamp. Plays it out front to Borden. Nice little pass to get rid of it. Now back the other way for the Blazers. Jenner trying to play it up front off the wall. Beauchamp picks it up now. Plays it to Halifax. Halifax steps across the blue line. He's met with company. Puck comes loose. Halifax trying to get a shot off. He's dumped. Now the puck's with the Blazers. 55 seconds remaining in period 1. And that's going to be icing. Last draw of the period here with 25 seconds on it. Martin tries to play it forward. Comes back to Morrow, who claps it just wide of the net. had some steam. That's played out with 10 seconds. All the way back. And they call it icing. We're running up the last few seconds here, and we're going to be heading into period 2. Martin wins the draw. Cutting in. Martin finds a lane. He shoots. Scores. Puts it just under the bar. Martin. Is that his hat trick? The first one? I think he completed the hat trick there, Martin. Going to put trail up by 3 here in the first 30 seconds of period 2. Tucks it just under the bar. Little keeper's doing good over there. He's faced 20 shots already. Played off the wall into the neutral zone. Blazers drive it in deep. Lee back for it. Hit to the far side here for Porchelato. Looks like my stream might be going down here. Martin again. Shoots. Scores. I don't know if the stream went down there, but if it did, we are up another goal as Martin picks up another one, puts it short side. It's 4-0.
Whose kid is that?
Trail with a good lead here as we get things going again. Played deep to Barrick. Barrick on the backhand, picked off by the Blazers. Now Robinson. Plays to the far side, nice pass to Case Hart. Steps around his man. He's got Larada on the far side. Nice pass forward for Larada. It's a great play. But he couldn't contain the pass. Now Hart with it again. Now the back plays it out front. Quick shot. Kissick gets his second of the tournament. On the doorstep, lurking. And Trail goes up 5-0. Face off drawn forward. Borden driving wide with it. Looking for one. Borden fires it on net. Big rebounds there all day. Comes up off the wall for Jenner, who's finds a man behind him with the puck, but Kinnear's there to steer him into the corner. Shot comes in around the back of the net. Stolen by Beauchamp tried to steal that. Now it gets tossed towards Jenner. Played off to the far side in the neutral zone. Back in to Trail territory as Halifax drives it up off the half wall. That's played back in by the Blazers into almost redirected towards Brinson. Played back to the blue liner. Back to Halifax. Halifax. Beauchamp picks it up. He's poked off the puck. Off to the far side for Jenner. Tries to play it forward to Borden. Now picked up by Kinnear. Kinnear off the wall to Borden. Borden gets held up at the blue line. Halifax trying to lend a hand. Now the puck comes back into the neutral zone for the Blazers. Beauchamp harassing his man. They play the puck deep for Kinnear. Played off the wall to Beauchamp. Beauchamp skating it. Nice little pass to the middle there for Halifax. Trying to spring him. And he's poked off the puck. Now it's in here for Borden. He's trying to turn with it. Shoots! And he gets a shot off and scores. Finds the back of the net. Borden from Halifax and Beauchamp. And they're running them out of the building here. 6-0. Shots are roughly 23 to 1. It's a 6-0 game. The Blazers finding themselves a little outclassed here by the boys in the orange. It's going to come in offside. Drawn off to the far side. Gulliman chases it down. Blazers played up off the wall. Poked in by Martin, but held up at the blue line. Played back into neutral zone. Scooped up by Morrow, who plays it in deep. Blazers get to it first. Off the wall. They connect up on the half wall with the pass. Breakout pass is shut down by Morrow, who steps in, rifles it, and puts it off the blocker. Back up off the wall. The Blazers get rid of it. Tad Lee trying to get there first. Oh, and he forces his man down. Looking for an arm up, but nothing. Puck's underneath Lee, underneath Lee. And Martin will pick it up, and we'll go 3-on-2 back the other way. He shovels it in deep and goes for a change. Breakout attempt is held up by Larada, who takes the puck but loses it in his skates. Now they're trying to gather it up, but the Blazers... Oh, he overskates it completely, and Gulliman's going to play it in on the backhand for Portulato to chase down. Portulato muscling his man. And up off the wall there as Robinson steps up to keep the play alive. Robinson looking to play it in on the backhand. Over to the far side. Shot off there by Larada. And the keeper jumps on it. Off the draw, Larada trying to get the jump. Played into the corner there for Kissick. Robinson steps up, keeps it alive. Kissick plays it on the backhand towards right through the blue paint there. Case Hart was lurking. The pass evaded him. Now it's out and all the way deep. And that's icing. Jenner keeps it alive. Kissick turns and fires it in deep. Case Hart hits the Jets, tries to dig into the corner. Blazers play it to the far side. And a good sequence here by the Blazers to get rid of it. Nice connection pass on the far side, but held off by Jenner. Now the puck's loose. Blazers gather it up, played across the blue line. He's got a man in the middle. On the back of the net, picked up by Lorata. Lorata plays it off to Kissick. Kissick tries to play it to the far side there. Now Lorata gathers it up. Case Hart, nice little pass there to see Case Hart. Shot low and wide. And it rolls up off the wall to Jenner, who holds it in momentarily. Kissick gets in there and scoops it. And that puck squirts loose into the neutral zone. Now it's tossed in deep for the Blazers, who have time to gather it up. Played off D to D. And chipped into the neutral zone. And picked up by Jenner. Looks like he wants to go for a skate here. Jenner played off to the far side, trying to connect with Borden. And that's picked off by the Blazers defender, who cuts into the neutral zone. Halifax trying to gather it up. And it looks like there's a penalty now here to Trail. Looks like Halifax off to the sin bin here. Halfway through the second period, 6-0. Trail goes on the PK. Shot comes in, just wide of the net. Blazers chip it in deep. Around the back of the net. And they get to it first. Nice little sequence. Pass out front, picked off. Now comes all the way here deep into the slot. High slot for the defender, who cycles it to the far side. Goes D to D with it. Picked up. Shot comes in. That's redirected by Lee. Up off the wall. Beauchamp trying to get there. Trying to poke it free, but it chipped back in by the defender. In the corner, Borden trying to get there for it. Blazers have it at the blue line. Chipped into the slot. Big rebound there, but it's picked off by Morrow. And Borden will gather it up. It's played off to the blue line there. Off to the far side here is Lee. Tries to force his man. Shot comes in, held off by Brinson. Now Lee steps around his man around the back of the net. Blazers trying to strip him of the puck. Back, not out. A slot here, nice little shot coming in, and that's redirected just wide of the net. And Trail being contained here on this power play as the Blazers trying to get one. Halfway through that power play here, still a minute 28. Now it's picked up by Lee, who finds a lane to get rid of it. Trail goes for a change in personnel, being contained for a minute and a half there. Martin on the back check strips him of the puck, cutting through into the neutral zone. Chips it in off far to the far side. Shot on net, glove down. Comes up off the wall. Gulliman tries to step up to keep it in the zone, and Martin will cycle back through to the neutral zone. He'll fire it off to the far side. Blazers have it. Held in by Martin, who's got some space. Martin shoots, puts it over the bar. Barrick trying to get there, and I believe he did. Nope, they didn't call it offside. Chipped over off the draw. Gulliman didn't chase it down. Blazers get to it first. Cut off by Martin. Tries to get it deep, but loses his footing. Comes back off the wall for Gullyman. Plays it on the backhand to Martin. Martin being harassed, but he's able to muscle his way through. Trying to cut into the slot there, and he's shut down. Puck comes back off the half wall, picked off by Gullyman. Blazers gather it up, trying to get on the attack here. Back to even strength, cutting through. He's got one to beat. Jenner cutting him wide. Shot comes in. Brinson sees it. And held off as the puck comes back up off the wall for the defender. The Blazers fire it back in. Kinnear gathers it up in the corner. Chips it up off the wall for Gullyman. Gullyman sees Martin and tries to play it around his man there, but picked off. Now Gullyman trying to keep it alive. Puck comes up off Gullyman, who has it now, plays it back to Martin. Nice pass for Martin. Martin plays it back to the Jenner, and shot comes in wide of the net. Picked up by Gullyman now. Oh, and he's forced down from behind. And we'll draw the penalty as Porcelado steps through. Porcelado gets around. Shot. Rebound. Oh. We just got to remember to play that whistle. But Porcelado weaving his way through there and gets the backhand shot. Just didn't get the mustard he wanted. And Trail goes back on the power play here. 5 minutes remaining in period 2. Shot comes in, scores! It was a quick shot there off the draw by Hart. As Larada won the draw. And they make quick work of the power play. .420 remaining in period 2. Larada drives down, cuts in. Couldn't get the shot off, though. Puts it into the middle. Comes up off the side of the netting. And the Blazers gather it up. Lee, last man back. And looks... Oh. Lee going to get his... he's going to call him for holding. Borden gets it deep here in the penalty kill. As the Blazers gather it up, played up off the wall, back for Barrick. Fires it back in. Halifax gathers it up. He's tripped. And that'll nullify the penalty there. And we'll go to 4-on-4 hockey for the remainder of the second period. Halifax draws it into the slot. Blazers gather it up. Robinson steps up. And the puck comes back for Barrick. Tries to fire it in deep. Chipped up off the wall. Back into Trail territory, picked up by Halifax. Halifax around the back of his net. He's trying to find a lane here. Halifax cutting through, and he's got some space on the far side. Halifax finds a lane. He cuts in all alone. Halifax shoots, scores! And he's going to go end to end to put Trail up by 8 goals. Blazers have it, and they wing it in deep. Puck in the corner. Jenner plays it up off the wall. Tries to anyways with the Blazer forward there. Cuts him down. Picked up by Martin. Still 4-on-4 hockey. Martin getting wound up. Cutting into the center with it. He's just held off the puck. Picked up by Beauchamp, who cuts in. Beauchamp shoots. Big save. Martin cuts the puck back in. Martin keeps it alive once more at the blue line, but it comes just into the neutral zone now. And he tries to play that in deep. Martin trying to hold him up the blue line once more. So they are going to be offside, so they will check up. Jenner picks it up. Skating it in. Here comes Jenner. Cuts through. Shoots. Held up by the keeper and frozen. Winding out the final 9 seconds here of period 2. Short power play here for Trail as we start the third period. Just 20 seconds on that power play. Puck up against the wall here in Kamloops territory. Martin trying to dig away at it. He's going to find himself in the corner with the puck. He's got Porcelato out front. Pass was heated. Puck chipped into the corner for Gullyman, or for Porcelato. Couldn't come out with it now as Martin lends a hand. Drives around the back of the net. Puck played out front now. Morrow trying to step up for it. And the Blazers will break out. Poked off the puck, but held in by the Blazers. And they're on the attack. Cutting in, shot! Kicked away by Brinson. Martin trying to find Porcelato in the neutral zone. Pass won't connect. Now it's shoved in deep by the Blazers. Scooped up by Lee, who leaves it for... Oh, he plays it off and... plays it off the wall and loses his footing. Blazers place that puck right out front across the blue paint. And there was no black shirts there for the attempt. So Lorada picks it up now. Plays it back as Lee gathers it up. Lee cutting through, gets across the blue line, held off just at the last second. Now the loose puck picked up by Case Hart, who tries to get on the attack, and he's held off. Blazers fired in deep. On the back of the net for Lee. Plays it up the wall for Kissick. His pass to the far side was picked off. Blazers can't make their way through with it. And back for Morrow. Plays it into neutral zone. And deep in Kamloops territory. Blazers trying to break out with it. Pass comes off the skate of the forward. And a little bit of jostling back and forth as the Blazers come out with it across the blue line, trying to get on the attack once more here. Couldn't get the shot off. Is tight defending as they collapse on him, and Barrett going to come out with it. Now it's held off at the blue line here as Case Hart tries to find someone streaking into the slot there, but it's picked up by the Blazers. And they're going to make their way out with it slowly through the neutral zone. Puck's in the corner now. Robinson's got it under him. Gets it to his stick. Rolls it up off the wall. Finds Halifax. Played forward there for Borden. And they're battling for it up against the wall here. Played to the far side for Beauchamp, who's all alone. Beauchamp cutting through, trying to make some moves to get in. Halifax gathers it up now. He's being harassed, plays to the far side. Beauchamp's going to try to get there first, and he does. Tries to fire it towards the middle of the net. Into the corner now, Beauchamp battling for it. Trying to play it out front. Beauchamp plays it out front. Cut in, scores! Borden from Beauchamp. And it's 9-0. Martin off the draw. Martin, shoot. Oh, nice pass to the middle there. Comes to Gullyman. Shoot. Big save by the keeper. Trying to keep the bleeding down. As the puck ends up back deep for Kinnear. Plays it up off the wall. And the Blazers collectively trying to pinch the play as Porcello tries to make his way off with the puck, but it ends up back for Martin in the neutral zone. Martin chips it in deep. Porcello gets there, but he's held off by that defender who's got some weight on him. And he'll steal the puck. Porcello steps around, tries to cut down the wall with it. He's picked off. Back in the neutral zone for Jenner, who plays it deep. Porcello has it now, cycling through, trying to set up Martin with it. And it's rung off the wall, off to the far side. Kinnear steps up, keeps the play alive. Puck played in deep for Porcello, who's battling for it around the back of the net. Martin's going to join the battle. Puck squirts loose on him, comes up off the half wall. Jenner steps up, try to keep it alive, but it back for Kinnear, who reads the play perfectly. Here comes Austin Kinnear. Plays it forward for Martin. Martin cutting into the corner with it. Trying to find a pass out front. And Jenner trying to hold it alive, but the Blazers on a breakaway here. Martin holds him off. Played forward for Gullyman. Gullyman cutting wide with it. Puck just gets taken away from Gullyman, and Lee will gather it up in the neutral zone, try to chip it in. Puck in the neutral zone here for the Blazers. 13 minutes remaining in the game. Back for Lee. Plays the far side. Case Hart trying to send Larada. He's held off. Picked up by Lee once more. Tries to play it forward. That's held off the blue line. Now Morrow steps up. Blazers hold it in. A little bit of bodying over on the far side. Referee letting them play. Pass picked off by Larada. Trying to find Kissick on the far side there. Blazers cut in, cross on the attack now. Blazers looking for a shot here. Played back to the blue liner. Rolls in just wide of the net. They had someone set up there on the doorstep. Now the battle's on the half wall there as Case Hart tries to gather it up. Blazers come out with it. Played back to the blue liner, who tries to rifle a shot and fans on it. Morrow steps up. And Kissick gets the puck deep. Rolled up off the wall. And looks like it was held in by Halifax. On the attack, Halifax shoots. Just wide of the net. Morrow steps up. And he comes out with it. Morrow trying to keep it alive there as Larada is on the blue line now. Holds the puck in. Or sorry, that's Robinson. Pass won't connect with nobody, but Beauchamp's chasing it down. Held in by Halifax at the blue line. Plays it up off the wall for Borden, who plays it to Beauchamp. Beauchamp's got a lane, but he's poked off the puck. Around the back of the net now, the Blazers. Held up by nice play out front there. There's Borden trying to make a play. And the Blazers make their way back out with it here as it comes back for Robinson. Halifax scoops it up. Plays it off the wall, trying to find Borden. And Borden muscles it in. And it's back into neutral zone for Robinson. Looks to the far side, passes, picked off. Barrett chases it down, plays it up off the wall, trying to find Martin. He's all alone. And he's hooked down, and he will draw that penalty.
He's a great guy.
100%. Quick shot by Jenner off the draw. That's blocked. I'm just commenting on how fair that refereeing has been today. It's been very admirable. The referee has been explaining each penalty to each kid when they get called, telling them what they did and why he called it, which is a good educational moment there for each kid, I'm sure. Unlike that dude yesterday who has no friends. Portulato picks it up. Leaves it at the blue line for Jenner. Jenner's got a lane. Jenner shoots. Blocked by the defender. Laid up off the wall for Kinnear. Kinnear chips it in. Oh, and we're going to go 5-on-3 here. Minute 15 of 5-on-3. Off the draw, picked up by Hart. Trying to get the shot off now. Morrow's going to step up, try to chip it forward, and that's driven out by the Blazers. Lee picks it up. Around the back of the net. Trying to play it forward for Larada. Couldn't connect on the pass. The Blazers fire it back in deep. Comes up off the wall right to the blue paint. Morrow steps around with it. Picked up by Kissick. Kissick trying to get organized here. 5-on-3. They can't even do a breakout. Come on, boys. Morrow driving wide, but he's hauled down, and he'll draw another penalty. And they'll have a second attempt at a 5-on-3. Borden has it in the corner, plays it out comes all the way back to Robinson, who's going to step up and fire it. Redirected wide of the net. Comes up off the wall and out. Barrick's going to gather it up around the back of his net. We've got 40 seconds on this 5-on-3. Finn Barrick driving wide with it. Finn Barrick looking hungry. Cuts into the corner. He's got options. Shot! Just over the net. Played to Robinson off the wall. Robinson fires it towards the net. Picked up by the defender and out. Barrick plays it up to Borden. Plays to the far side for Beauchamp. Beauchamp plays it forward and couldn't connect on that pass to Halifax. And it ends up all the way back in trail territory, and that's the end of the 5-on-3. It'll be 5-on-4 for a minute 49. Picked up by Barrick. Plays to the far side for Borden. Borden picked off. Comes back for Robinson. Robinson steps up now. Robinson driving wide. Has a lane. Shoots. Kicked away. Defender gathers it up. Poked free by Halifax. Halifax harassing his man. Picked up now by Martin. Martin around the back of the net. Martin looking for a lane. Cuts around. Changes directions. Martin trying to play it out front there. Overhandles the puck there a little bit, and he's forced down. And the black shirts will take over. Comes back for Robinson now, holds the line. And now it looks like Trail's going to go to the sin bin here. Going to be 4-on-4 for about 40 seconds here by the time the puck drops. Portolato trying to drive the puck in. He's held off the blue line. Gullyman digging away at it. Ends up back for Kinnear. Kinnear plays it up off the wall. The Blazers looks like they're going to come out with it here. Last minute held off. The shot comes in wide of the net. Back to the defender. Steps in. Trickles it towards the net. Brinson kicks it away. Around the back of the net for Jenner. Plays it up off the wall. And nobody there to pick it up. Puck around the back of the net for Blazers. Pass out front. Blocked by Jenner. Another pass out front. That's blocked by Gullyman. And Portolado's had enough. He's going to gather it up, skate it out through the neutral zone. Steps across the blue line. And he's held up. Puck squirts loose here for Gullyman. Plays it back to Kinnear. Chips it in. Back for Gullyman. Gullyman plays to the far side. And he'll play it in deep. Trail on the penalty kill here for a minute 32. 2:41 remaining in the game. Trail with a commanding lead here. No real threat. And look like they're going to go comfortably into game 3. As Lorada drives the puck in deep. Breakout attempt here. Comes to the far side. Cutting in are the Blazers. Pass into the middle, picked off by Lee. He will skate around the back of his net. And out. Two minutes to victory. Blazers cutting in. And held off by Case Hart. Pass to the far side, picked off as Morrow muscles him. Comes loose back to the blue line. Oh, it was out, but they don't call it. And once again, driven deep by Kissick. 10 seconds remaining in the infraction to Martin. We'll get back 5-on-5 for the remaining minute of the game. Played out front by Halifax, trying to find Borden. Robinson steps up, trying to keep the play alive, but this kind of evades him a little bit now. Beauchamp going to provide a nice little back check. Beauchamp trying to cut through. And he leaves the puck there for Borden, who's trying to muscle it in. He might have had a lane there. Now Borden plays it in deep. That was a soft call. And that'll run the clock here. Last 7 seconds of the game, and Trail victorious in game 2 out here at the KMHA. And the boys are going to celebrate here. A much needed win. And Brinson with a shutout. I'm sure he's pumped about that. What time's our next one? Next contest at 1:30. little bit of a break here as we hand out the honorable mentions. Heart and hustle going to number 5, Cole Beauchamp, who definitely found a second gear this game. And Rylan Martin with the MVP with numerous goals.